seconds, though,
Yeah,
right?
he's talking about, if you want to entertain for 30 seconds.
Right. Okay. Good morning. Andy will start with our prelude. Calling Andy, it's time for the prelude. Thank you so much, Andy. That was magic. Good morning. I am Joanna Foley, and I would like to welcome you to the Berkeley Fellowship of Unitarian Universalists. And a special welcome to our friends on Zoom. Turn around and wave, folks. We are part of a free religious tradition that honors the loving heart, the open mind, and growing together within the beloved community. Please silence your cell phones. If you have any announcements, please write them down and give them to Jeff back in the AV corner. If you would like to write in the book of joys and sorrows, it's to your left on the table. If you're on Zoom and want to share in joys and sorrows, just write what you would like in the chat. Our fellowship stands on land that is today called Berkeley, California, located in the stolen lands of the Ohlone people. We honor them today and always for their wisdom and their resilience. We are very pleased to have with us today Reverend Bonnie Lott. Since retiring after 11 years of ministry with the Napa congregation, Reverend Bonnie had the privilege of serving the UU congregations in Santa Rosa and Petaluma as a contract minister. She's a Bay Area native and spends her time communing with nature, cooking, traveling, and playing with her 2 grandbabies. Reverend Bonnie will bring us opening words.
These are words from Bran Lennox. We have chosen to bring ourselves here to this sanctuary together as a community of faith, as seekers, wanderers, appreciators of nature, connoisseurs of curiosity, and creators of connection. Our paths have converged today that we might become present to the spirit that is worship. And so, let us worship together.
Now is the time for our chalice lighting. Please light your own chalice or candles at home now, while we light this communal chalice for all of us, a symbol of our tradition and the spirit that lives within every one of us. Please read with me our unison chalice lighting, which can be found on screen or in your order of service. Let love be the spirit of this congregation, and service its goal. This is our living covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in life, and to help one another. We light our red candle to mourn Black lives taken by police violence, to proclaim that Black Lives Matter, and to express our commitment to Black liberation, reparations, and the end of slave capitalism. Our first song will be Gathered Here.
Struggle
Thank you, choir. Now there will be a reading, Divinity by Gabe.
It comes to me when I'm most creative, when I'm thinking things and doing things that reach beyond myself, not knowing, only hoping, dreaming, wanting revelations to connect, support, and nourish. And when the energy surges up and lifts me towards the light, into space, where sparks ignite and inspiration crackles from the brain into the heart and back, then everything around me sings. The spirit speaks and lives, and I am filled with wonder at the beauty of this place we call the world. My gratitude knows no bounds. My life is full, and I'm blessed beyond all senses of self and separateness. And I'm the world and all within it. And bless the holy grace by which all lives.
Gabe, was that an original composition of yours? Okay. Okay. Thank you. Now for our meditation. In a moment, I will sound a chime to lead us into our time of silent meditation. Please get comfortable and follow your breath to your inner stillness. I will ring the chime a second time at the end of 2 minutes. The ritual of joys and sorrows is a time for each of us to share what is in our hearts this week and ask for community prayers and support. We lay out a book on your left that you're welcome to write in about your joys and sorrows. And I will read now from that book. Someone wrote, "Welcome, Bonnie Delight. It's great to have you here again." Jeff, are there any, yes?
Yes, from Jinky and Mike. Excuse me. Joy, our oldest son, Bill Gardner, is retiring from the Cow Franchise Tax Board this week. We're feeling a bit older today. Doesn't that sound like Mike? Now, Bill Ward writes, "My partner Rosa and I have attended YouTube services for months and started going in person recently. This is my first time joining by Zoom since I was unable to find today's YouTube stream." And then we have one more. And congratulations, Mike and Jinky, on your son retiring. However, this is from Virginia. However, I can understand the mixed feelings. How are you old enough to watch your son retire? Greetings, Bill and Rosa and Annie and Marge, and did I get everyone now? That's from Virginia.
Now is the time we say aloud the names of anyone we want to send support and loving energy to. Carl. Now we move on to the silent part of our morning ritual. It's the healing ritual with water and stones. For anything that is in our heart that is perhaps too sensitive to speak aloud, we have a symbolic action that you can take. You can walk down the center aisle, choose a stone or stones, and immerse it in the water, which represents our community. for all that we have shared and for all that we will share in our ongoing life together. May we be grateful. So the meditation song today comes from the Buddhist tradition and is found online or in your order of service. Please join us in singing. Our next song is Ripple by Robert Hunter and Jerry Garcia. So I want to share a typo with you from the script today. It says, Reverend Bonnie will deliver hominy. I think that means homily, but maybe with a side of cheese grits.
Yeah, okay. I was going to say that because it's such a great joke. It's like, yes, here's the homily. So the year my daughter was a sophomore in college, something very mysterious happened. One morning, out of the blue, I suddenly felt like something was just not right with her. So I called, and she answered the phone. She was a little breathless. She said she was in a restaurant and she had just fainted. In fact, she was on the floor, waiting for the ambulance that they'd called. Now, it turned out she just had a case of mononucleosis, which I found out after I arrived on campus 2 hours later because, of course, I dropped the phone and immediately jumped in my car. We wondered together later, could I have received some sort of message from her? It's a mystery. This event was especially intriguing because my mother did the same thing to me in college. I just went to school here at Berkeley, and she lived about 15 miles away. She would say that she had a dream, or she suddenly thought of me, or she felt like praying for me, and then she would call me. And I have to say more often than not, she didn't call me that often. It turned out that I had been stressed or upset about something. On one occasion, this is the weirdest one, I had gone out for a run up Strawberry Canyon, and there was somebody stalking me on the trail, a man, and just when I started to run like as fast as I could, a big dog, black dog, appeared out of the bushes and barked at him, bark, 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 and then kind of ran with me until I reached the top of Strawberry Canyon. I mean, yeah, so I got on the bus at the top of Strawberry Canyon to come back down, and the dog disappeared. It was the creepiest thing ever. And when I called her and said, Mom, what's going on? She said, oh, I've been praying for you. I've been thinking about you. So being about 20 years old at the time and completely immersed in the study of science, I was pretty sure I knew everything. But even so, I could not explain the nature of this connection that I seemed to have with my mother. I mean, it certainly could have been a coincidence, but I didn't believe it, and I still don't. Something more seemed to be going on, but I just couldn't imagine what it was. We all encounter mysteries in our lives, for good or for ill. Why are some of us born into stable homes and blessed with good fortune and health, while others are born into much more difficult situations? Is there cosmic order out there? How did we come to be? And do we each have some preordained destiny? What's the true nature of our souls? And why can't I eat just one potato chip? And for that matter, is it really necessary to find meaning in every mystery? Might we just enjoy the potato chips and also our experiences of awe and wonder? I'm not going to answer all those questions, by the way. Some of you may be familiar with the John Templeton Foundation. It's a philanthropic organization that funds research about some of the greatest mysteries that we humans wrestle with. On the foundation website, you can find their essay series in which a group of leading thinkers and scientists are asked to respond in 500 words or less to what they call the big questions. One of these questions was, does the universe have a purpose? 12 renowned individuals were asked to respond, and their answers, summarized, were as follows. Unlikely, very likely, yes, 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 certainly, no, no, not sure, perhaps, indeed, and I hope so. I wondered why none of these great thinkers gave the answer that I would have given to the question, which was, what difference does it make? From what I understand, the universe is far bigger than my puny brain will ever comprehend, and I have only an instant in relative time to observe it in this current form. And frankly, I'm not spending my precious time trying to figure it out when I could be playing with my grandchildren. And I really can't see that it will change anything in the grand scheme if I know whether the universe has a purpose or not. I've got items in my own house that I don't know the purpose of. But I have to say, it is entertaining to watch other people trying to figure it out. I have one favorite quote about this topic, which comes from Jim Holt in his 2012 book titled, Why Does the World Exist? Holt reviews the work of philosophers through time, as well as interviewing contemporary scientists, philosophers, and theologians, asking this question, why is there something rather than nothing? After talking to these folks, Holt wrote this, my own position is that the universe was created by a being that is 100% malevolent, but only 80% effective. Okay, so that's all my jokes, because this is kind of a hard sermon to write. It is actually in my nature to want to know, to understand the things I experience. That is the impulse that motivated me to study biology and biochemistry, because from an early age, I found so much to wonder at in the natural world. I was insanely curious about it. I would go so far to say that it felt holy to me. Each time I ventured into some wild place, the ocean or the mountains, I would feel this profound sense of reverence, similar to how I felt when sitting in church, because I went to church as a young child. And as a child, I loved everything about church. I loved the singing and the praying and the silence, the community, everything, maybe except when the preacher started to talk. I found myself much less inspired by that, but overall, it was a good thing. Studying biology in college kept me connected to that holy wonder that I experienced in nature. It was so beautiful. Chemistry and physics taught me that life speaks with atoms and molecules. Those disciplines taught me that the scriptures of life could be translated, photosynthesis, the replication of DNA, RNA, and the engine of functional protein production. All these chapters I could read and understand. The more I learned, the more there was to wonder at. As a student, I distinctly remember getting blissed out after learning about the Krebs cycle. Anybody know the Krebs cycle? Yeah, okay. It describes how each of our cells generates energy, and it is so cool. It's elegant and simple. And, bonus, knowing how the Krebs cycle works has enabled research to treat some really nasty metabolic disorders. So unraveling a mystery can be useful, as the information can be used for good. In the medical sciences, understanding can translate into less suffering, which has been important to me from an early age. I'm not the first person to feel a religious connection between mystery and wonder and science. Marcelo Gleiser, a professor of natural philosophy, physics, and astronomy at Dartmouth College, observed that science is often seen as some cold, detached endeavor that cares little about the human condition, but nothing could be further from the truth. He goes on to suggest that scientists confront some of the deepest questions of existence. And he reminds us, another favorite quote, that Einstein once remarked that the act of wondering about the behavior of the world is an act of veneration inspired by what he calls the cosmic religious feeling. And that really resonated with me. But I want to say that the act of seeking to understand mysterious things hasn't always been an accepted practice. Individuals seeking to explain mysteries in medieval times sometimes did so at their peril. Religious authorities had ready explanations for things that were mysterious. They were most certainly acts of God. Church doctrines specified that illness and tragedy and suffering were deservedly visited upon us by God. God was also invoked as the author of such mysteries as the movement of the sun and the stars and the moon. And questioning these mysteries, proposing alternative ideas, or even just wondering about them could be life-threatening. If the wrong people found out, just ask Copernicus and Galileo. So I don't mean to elevate scientific thinking over religious thinking. Scientists have also stood in the way of attempts to unravel mysteries and have persecuted those who disagreed fiercely. We continuously actually fall into this trap of believing that we know something because it is widely accepted. In the past, sophisticated societies, so-called scientists, traced illness to imbalanced humors. And as late as the mid-1800s, European scientists, again, were focusing on invisible airborne miasmas as the source of disease like cholera. So if you proposed to them in 1800 that many of the most virulent diseases were caused by tiny invisible living creatures, bacteria, or even smaller non-living alien-like beings, viruses, you would have been judged completely mad. And I have no doubt that in 200 years, someone will refer to me and my ilk as so-called scientists. American philosopher Thomas Nagel wrote in his 2012 book, Mind in the Cosmos, "The world is an astonishing place, and the idea that we have in our possession the basic tools needed to understand it is no more credible now than it was in Aristotle's day." Houston Smith said, "The larger the island of knowledge, the longer the shoreline of wonder." It's good, isn't it? So, after all that, can Unitarian Universalism help us to make sense of mystery? Well, if I asked you to write down the value or meaning of mystery, I'd probably get more answers than there are people sitting here, because we love to explore questions like that. Sometimes the questions are more interesting than the answers, and we believe that each of us can figure it out or not. Either way, we don't need to agree. As a UU, personally, I've found that the mysteries that I encounter in life can be a great gift. They can offer us something if we look. So here's what I'm thinking. One of our stated sources of wisdom as Unitarian Universalists has been the direct experience of mystery and wonder. In our experiences of mystery and wonder, we are encouraged to seek renewal of the spirit and an openness to the forces which create and uphold life. And that's a direct quote from the UUA website. We are also encouraged to be inspired by ethical religious teachings and to be guided by science and reason, but there is no mandate to choose one sanctioned interpretation of the meaning of mystery, or even to assign any meaning to it at all. Mystery is simply lifted up as a source of potential renewal. And that invitation to see mystery as a source of renewal is where I find the gift. Consider, then, these three interpretations of what happened with me and my daughter. First, I coincidentally called my daughter when she was in distress. Second, I sensed my daughter's distress somehow, and someday I'm sure that science will be able to explain exactly how that worked. Both of these explanations seem possible to me, but neither renews my spirit. But what if I said this? My daughter and I are bound together with a love so strong that when she is distressed, I am able to feel it. This interpretation isn't scientifically provable. Love can't be described by the tools we have, and I'm sure my interpretation won't resonate with everyone. But that interpretation feels renewing to me because it offers this gift of a possibility that our connection is so strong that sometimes it actually becomes tangible. That framing not only affirms my love for my daughter, but also suggests to me that our capacity as humans to love each other and to feel the pain of others could be much more powerful than we ever imagined. One of the most impactful things I learned in seminary came in a short moment between classes when a few of us were talking to Reverend Dr. Rebecca Parker, who is the current president of Star King School for the Ministry at the time. And I'm sure we were whining to her about how insecure we felt as first-year students. And she looked at us and smiled, that beatific smile she has. And she said, "To be a good minister, all you need to do is love yourself and love the world." And those words stopped me in my tracks. Really, that's all? I think I can do that. I already love the world, and I was working hard on loving myself, and that's a work in progress. I can look back over my time in ministry and see that she was right. Our love for the world and for other people can have power beyond any of our understanding. I cannot tell you how many times someone has told me that something caring I did or said in the past had a huge impact on them. Has anyone else had that experience? Somebody came back and said, "You did this thing?" Yeah, I'm seeing hands. Frequently, I have no memory of what I said or did, or even talking to the person. Or if I do remember, it doesn't sound remotely like what I said. But just a few weeks ago, I was at a professional association, and I met a woman who said that I had been her first minister in Napa, and I had inspired her to start a new congregation, which she had, and I could not remember her. But she knew it. She did. It was me she was talking about. And then I recently heard from a person I knew in third grade who still had a copy of a letter I sent her at the time. And she sent me the copy, and it contained just a few words of encouragement. And she told me that that kindness had really helped her at a difficult time. And I didn't remember writing it, and I didn't remember that she was struggling. So I'm not meaning to lift myself up as some special shining example. I'm like all of you. I'm good at my best and not so good on bad days, and I make mistakes all the time. But I do love the world. My long-winded point here is that love is mysteriously powerful beyond what we can see, which is a great source of hope for me in these times. It is also the source of our compassion, which is a gift that we are called to use in the world as Unitarian Universalists. That meaning, the one that lifts up love as a powerful source of good in the world, that renews my spirit. We each have the power to choose what a mystery means to us. I choose to see my mysterious experience with my daughter and my mother as an affirmation of the power of love. And you might see something different. And of course, it may feel renewing to your spirit simply to enjoy the feeling of awe and wonder that mysteries offer without thinking about it. Awe is a source of great joy for some, including me. It can offer a very useful perspective about our place in the universe. How can I worry about my little problems when looking down into the depths of the Grand Canyon or up at the face of Half Dome in the moonlight? Even the mystery of death can be renewing. I was blessed to be with my mother as she drew her last breath, and in that moment, I was shocked to find great comfort. It was such a peaceful process for her, and I experienced a profound sense of gratitude and belonging. I no longer fear the mystery of death the way I used to. I believe that my body will know how to let go when that time comes, just as hers did. In the meantime, I will not live in fear of it, but carry my mother's memory as I hope my daughter will carry mine after I'm gone. I want to share one last mystery, one that I still think about a lot. Hopefully I've not already shared it with you, but one never knows. After my liver transplant nearly 9 years ago, I had the great blessing of meeting my young donor's family, and I know I've told you that story. But there was one bit that I usually leave out because it just seems too unlikely. In the early days after the transplant, I asked my husband to get me fresh pineapple because I was intensely craving it. At the meeting with my donor's family, I asked what foods he liked, and since he was a teenager when he died, it was mostly sweets and junk food. I finally asked if he liked pineapple, and his mother's face just went white, and it turns out that was the last thing he ate. So, is there some science that can explain that? Were there cells in his liver that somehow communicated with my brain? I mean, possibly, but as a cell biologist, I just can't imagine how that would work. So for me, this is just a mystery, alongside so many others that occurred just before and during that experience. But it renews my spirit to believe that love connects us even after death, even if we've never met. All we need to do is open our hearts to it, as my donor's family did. I'm going to end with some words by Gordon McKeeman because he has a succinct and beautiful way of summarizing pretty much all of what I've just tried to say to you. How does one address a mystery? Cautiously. Let us go cautiously then to the end of our certainty, to the boundary of all we know, to the rim of uncertainty, to the perimeter of the unknown which surrounds us. Reverently, let us go with a sense of awe, a feeling of approaching the powerful holy whose lightning slashes the sky, whose persistence splits concrete with little green sprouts, whose miracles are present in every place and every moment. Let us go hopefully out of our need for wholeness in our own lives, the reconciliation of mind and heart, the conjunction of reason and passion, the intersection of timeless with time. Let us go quietly, for no words will explain the inarticulate or summon the presence that is always present even in our absence. But what shall I say? Nothing. Simply be in the intimate presence of mystery, and at the end, say, Amen. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend Bonnie. That was a delicious homily. Even better than a bowl of cheese grits. And I had one of those mothers, too. She always tuned in when I was about to do something that she would disapprove of. Now's the time when we share our responsibility for the home which we are creating together here. Our shared plate partner for April is the World Central Kitchen. World Central Kitchen is first to the front lines, providing fresh meals in response to humanitarian, climate, and community crises. In 2010, Chef Jose Andres, ready to use his culinary knowledge and talent to help, headed to Haiti, following a devastating earthquake there. Cooking alongside displaced families in a camp, he was guided on the proper way to cook black beans, the way Haitians like to heat them, mashed and sieved into a creamy sauce. It wasn't just about feeding people in need. It was about listening, learning, and cooking side by side with the people impacted by the crisis. This is the real meaning of comfort food, and it's the core value that Jose, along with his wife Patricia, used at the center of founding World Central Kitchen. The offertory will be music by Tom Roderow. Please give generously.
Hi, this is called One with Infinity, and wow, I'm looking at the mystery. This is so cool. The mystery, that's what it is, right? Thank you, that's what it is. It's the mystery. That's why we're here. One with Infinity, I think the words are up there. And yeah, we start with the chorus, so sing along. I wanna be what I was meant to be. I wanna do all that is mine to do. I wanna show the love that's deep inside me. I wanna be one with infinity. Precious are you to me. Precious are you to me. Precious are you to me, my beloved child. Of abundance you're worthy. Of abundance you're worthy. Of abundance you're worthy, my beloved child. Open up your eyes and see. Look, in heaven we will be. You have never ever left your home. In divine love we are one, shining brighter than the sun. Closer to us we can know we've never been alone. I wanna be what I was meant to be. I wanna do all that is mine to do, and I wanna show the love that's deep inside me. I wanna be one with infinity. Come on, Andy. Joy, one with the one of all peace, one with the one of all love. I am one with thee, and no more fear, no more blame, no more sadness, no more shame. Only divine love shall remain. I am one with thee. Open up your eyes and see. Look, in heaven you will be. We have never ever left home. In divine love we are one, shining brighter than the sun. Closer to us than we can know. We've never been alone. Oh, I wanna be all I was meant to be. I wanna be, forget the chorus. All that is mine to do, and I wanna show the love that's deep inside me. I wanna be one with infinity. I wanna be one with infinity. I wanna be one with infinity.
Thank you, Tom. That was beautiful. So let us dedicate our offerings to the work of this fellowship, which is creating beloved community within and beyond these walls. We dedicate ourselves and these our offerings. The next song, Crooked Tree, by Molly Tuttle and Melanie Walker, is next.
Or it's going to take a little time.
Two trees in the forest, one was crooked, one was straight. Crimson bark and emerald needles growing day by day. And though they look so different, they enjoyed the rain the same, side by side.
A chickadee had told them of a darkness on the land, spinning blades that came to visit, carried by a man. And every other tree would see them cut down where they stand by and by. Oh, can't you see a crooked tree won't fit into the mill machine? They're left to grow wild and free. Oh, I'd rather be a crooked tree.
Perfect trees are driven down the mountain to the mill. They turn them into toothpicks and $20 bills. Seen the more the people took, the more they needed still in the end.
The crooked trees were left there after all the work was done. Now they go for weeks and never witness anyone. No one left to tell them if they're growing right or wrong but the whispering wind. Oh, can't you see a crooked tree won't fit into the mill machine? They're left to grow wild and free. I'd rather be a crooked tree. Everyone. People say I'm different and my way of life seems strange. I took the road less traveled, twists and turned along the way. But like the crooked tree, I'm growing stronger day by day.
The river never wonders why it flows around the bend.
A mountain doesn't question how it rose up from the land. So who am I to wish I wasn't just the way I am?
Who am I?
Oh, can't you see a crooked tree won't fit into the mill machine? They're left to grow wild and free. Oh, I'd rather be a crooked tree.
Can't you see
A crooked tree won't fit into the mill machine. They're left to grow wild and free. Oh, I'd rather
And by the way, we're dedicating this to Earth Day.
That was lovely. Are there any folks here who are new to BFUU who would like to introduce themselves briefly? We have a hand mic to pass around. Some people like to do this and some don't. Raise your hand if you want to say a few words. Guess not. So thank you and welcome to all who are with us today in silence or with words, in person or in spirit. We will have more time to connect with each other after the service and in the days to come. We gratefully acknowledge all who worked on this service today. Thanks to all of you for coming and for the people in the Zoom room who are sharing our service today. It's great to see you, and it's fine if you're in your pajamas. Our Zoomers today are, tell us, Jeff.
Ben Birch, Bill and Rosa, Bill Balderson, Gene Lieber, Jinky and Mike Gardner, Marge Turngren, Simone, and Virginia Hollins-Davidson. And Annie was there earlier.
So now please check your order of service or your email newsletter for the announcements. If you're not yet on our mailing list, go to bfuu.org or to sign up or see me after the service. Next week, we will have Reverend Gregory Stevens here speaking, so please come and join us. So Jeff will have announcements.
Okay, so at our board meeting last week, it was actually this week, right? Just Thursday. It was decided that we are going to have a trial period of starting worship service at 11 a.m. instead of 10:30. Okay, I see some some smiling faces, some I don't know about that. So the period will run from the first Sunday in June through October. So we give it a good trial. During that time, we welcome your feedback. We really want to know, how does that impact you, for good or not good, right? We want to consider everybody's opinion in how you feel about this. There is one catch, and that is, for years now, Jeff has been tidying things up, shutting things down, locking the doors, closing the windows after we all go. He has somewhere else to be. And so if we start at 11, we need volunteers who are willing to commit to regularly seeing to the tasks that Jeff usually does for us. So I'll be asking him to do a checklist. And please come and talk to me if you're a person who is here regularly, right, and is willing to commit to some part of what Jeff usually does. Since I'm up here, I'm going to take advantage of reminding you that for those of you who are involved in the resistance, Friday is May Day, and we're all invited to no work, no school, no shopping, okay? I'm not at school, I'm a health worker, so no work is a little harder, but I'm certainly not going to shop on Friday, and I encourage all of you, for us it's probably a symbolic act, right? It will mean something if unions all over the country follow that. But let's do what we can. Okay? Thank you.
Tom?
Thank you. Last Sunday, I was given a check by Margaret for the sharing of the plate for Hope for Haiti. We got $574.03. I don't know how that worked, but I want to thank everybody. And of course, Help for Haiti is still working there, and that will be part of our year's work this coming year. Thank you.
Jeff, do you have any announcements? Okay. Well, I have an announcement. Today, we're trying something as an experiment. You know, a few weeks ago, we opened our latest art show, Marching, the photography of James Lariger. That's how we always open our art exhibits. This time, we're having a closing as well. And James is back with his partner. And at about 12:45 today, they are going to have some words to share and some visuals to share. So this is an experiment to see how it feels to have a closing to an art exhibit as well as an opening. Anyway, so stick around, and at about 12:45, we will begin this experiment. I also have one other thing that I'm going to experiment with today, which is a blessing, a grace over our food. I grew up with that tradition, probably some of you did too, and I found one that is in the spirit of this service, I think, today. So now we are extinguishing the chalice. Please read the words on your screen. We extinguish the flame of this chalice, but not the warmth of love, the light of truth, or the energy of service. These we carry in our hearts until we meet again. So thank you for your presence today. After the service, you're welcome to stay and enjoy hominy and other foods, and to share in community. We will be having a light lunch with a blessing, and then we're going to have the closing service. So now let's form a circle in the hall and join in singing Circle Round for Freedom, and Reverend Bonnie will give us a benediction.
Check, check, check. Here we go.
I never quite know what's happening here. Let us go remembering to praise, to live in the moment, to love mightily, and to bow to the mystery. Amen.